So does the Maffetone Method actually work? In this video, talking all about my experience over the last couple of years with the Maffetone Method. Coming up. So I started on the Maffetone Method back in 2015. I'd had a decent year. I trained harder than I had before, more consistently, more miles. And I came to do my first triathlon, an Olympic distance race. I did just over 2.5 hours. But I looked at the race times and the winner was 45 minutes ahead of me. 45! I was like, at this rate, and the rate of progress I'd shown that year, which I thought was big, it took me 10-15 years to get to anywhere near that guy's top pace. And then I found the Maffetone Method. Thought, let's give it a go. I mean, worst case scenario, I commit to it for 6 months, it doesn't work. The last 6 months I can go back to smashing myself with conventional training, but I wanted to commit to it. Training at heart rate and training with a different diet as well. Becoming less dependent on carbohydrates and teach my body to become better at burning fat. That's what I did. I went from training at 6 50-minute miles, like I had been all year, not really much slower than 7 30-minute miling, and when I started on the Maffetone Method, training at heart rate. So my max aerobic function heart rate was 155 beats per minute. So I went out first run, just did 2 miles, and the average pace was 9:05 minute miling or something. But I persisted. Decided, no, let's commit to it. I know I'm going to start slow. Hopefully we'll pick it up. So I only have a month of training. Just did a few predominantly run sessions a week, just a few sessions. Did a 4-mile run, average pace of 8:36 a mile. Oh wow, okay. I've made some gains already. End of month 2, I was running at 8:24 a mile. I was like, oh, it's just a slight improvement, but getting faster. All of that 155 beats per minute. So not bad. By the end of month 3, did a 5-mile run, 7:44 minute mile. Yes. Serious gains. However, being at university at the time, comes Christmas and whatever, and I was abroad as well, kind of fell off a bit. Relaxed in training, got lazy with the diet, didn't make the same kind of progress, so I lost a lot of fitness. Just picked up training again in January, for my first half marathon in February. So got my math pace back down again to about 8:20 minute miling. Ended up running a new half marathon PB at 1 hour 30 and 50 seconds, a minute faster than I had done the year before, when I've been doing a lot of high intensity interval training and a lot faster training. So continued, ran at my max aerobic function heart rate for training again for my next half marathon in April. Did 2, maybe 3 weeks of speed work, basically 1 session a week, doing something more race pace, slightly more efforts. Ended up running the half marathon in 1 hour 25, about 5 minutes quicker than I had done just a couple of months before. So I got my math pace back down to about 7:45. My race pace improved. So I continued into doing some triathlons. So before, when I was doing a lot of high intensity training, a lot of speed work and things, I'd got my 5k down from about 1950 down to 1840 in one season. So I was like, my 5k were improving. Well, the Maffetone Method came to doing a triathlon, sprint distance, so 5k run at the end, did a 5k B of 18:16. It was crazy. Next month, wanted to try and set a new 5k PB, just 5k by itself, ended up doing 17:56. So the next season, moved to doing more Olympic distance triathlons as the goal. Still did a couple half marathons. So again, came out of a winter base period, so did 4 months of solely training at 155 beats a minute. First half marathon, 1 hour 23. And I was trying to do sub 1 hour 20. So I went out so hard and just faded. Gave it another go come June, so a couple months later, did 1 hour 21. In just under 2 years of the Maffetone Method, found 10 minutes over a half marathon. In terms of Olympic distance triathlon, gone down from a 2:34 before Maffetone Method to get in the time last year of 2:07, and within that I was doing the 10k run bit at 36 minutes, doing about 36 minutes compared to at 45 minutes before I started training with Maff. My bike splits improved similarly from doing 19.5 miles an hour up to doing about 23 miles an hour in an Olympic distance race. Swims had gone down from 29-30 minutes over 1500 down to 23-22. I even managed a 20-minute swim once, although that was kind of a potentially downstream race. So does the Maffetone Method really work? In my experience, yeah, got so much faster across all distances, and I'm still doing relatively short ones, so like Olympic distance has been my longest really. In theory, being able to teach your body to burn fat comes more into its own when you're doing marathons, 70.3 triathlons and Ironmans. If you can get through those first few months, be patient, you'll see progress. So those first few months which are hard.